up, y'all? It's your ABC host wearing white again.
Uh-oh. You know, we rock it all white when we feeling godly.
Yes, I like that. I like that. I like that.
So we are here.
We are here. All right. Oh, the button's on the wrong side. That's why this bitch ain't staying.
We're doing that. We're doing
Anyway,
here.
welcome, ladies and gentlemen. To those that don't know, we're at our favorite place.
But of course.
Uh, we at our favorite place, and yeah, coming to y'all live and direct.
Well, I can't find it. Oh, there we go, right there. Boom.
All right, it got me. You lean in it to get you.
Okay.
All right. So what are we talking about? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Getting ahead of myself.
Uh-huh.
All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Justice JUSGYS, coming to you live and direct from around the world at a hidden location. If you don't know the location, we'll tell you one day.
One day.
I am Justice.
I'm your boy Said, aka Mr. Let's Talk.
Screaming out, let's talk.
What we talking about today? What we
What
got for
if
people?
we never made it? Or, like the title say, making it or faking it. You gotta excuse him, ladies and gentlemen. He gotta feed those muscles. I want the cue to flex, sir. You weren't supposed to do that yet.
I had to get the people going.
It's provocative. Let me see who's in the building. Let me see who's in the building with us. All right, everything's taking a sweet time. Delta's definitely in the building. What's happening, Delta? Gummies that eat like a. You're right. We haven't done that in a while.
In a while.
Thank you for reminding us.
We will get back on there.
You were right.
What?
That Morg did the.
Yeah. Okay. I thought it was more.
Yeah. Because I finally got in touch with her today. And I was like, didn't you do it? She's like, the one you use your thumbnail? I'm like, yeah. She's like, yeah, I did that. Okay.
Fun thing.
I mean, I wasn't down it. I was just, I ain't know. I really forgot. We put this shit on the sweatshirt. I was like, whoever did it, we finna make money, y'all.
We appreciate it. For real.
I want to try to be malice, like,
Oh, no, I know that. But yeah, we both,
Let's see, who do I want to send it to? Him, her. If y'all hear me say a bunch of hers, it's because most of the people on my phone are women. That's it.
And most people on my phone like men. Pause. But it's the truth.
Yeah.
Y'all already know. Give it a couple minutes, y'all. We sending out invites. We got to do that.
Well, I gotta let you this mix.
Okay.
For one of my songs. Remind me.
All right. No problem.
He said that might be one of the dopest songs that I made for him, or that I put out. Because his favorite song that I made was Dizzy LA. Then he liked Heartbreaks and Headaches. I don't know if I let you hear the remix of that, or the final version of that. And then the one that he did today, Blood Gang. Yeah. Yeah. And then when I listened back to it, I was like, yeah, I was spitting some real shit one night. Wow. I be blowing my mind. I be blowing my own mind when I spit sometimes.
I just wrote the other day.
Get ready for you and your brother's album. I'm gonna really do it this time. I'm gonna lock in. I got beats for y'all.
I'm gonna lock in for real.
Yeah, I got. Like I told my brother, I got a whole thing of beats that I ain't even opened up yet.
I wrote one the other day. That's your fire.
What was it?
One of them beats Pat sent me from Jeju. And
Jeju be having some dope beats.
Yeah. Got a lot of producers on there and everything. Hey, we got a lot of people in the chat. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing today? How's everybody doing? We appreciate y'all tuning in tonight. Y'all got to excuse me. I'm just trying to eat real quick. We're gonna start this conversation off though. In just a couple minutes.
What if we never made it?
What if we never made it?
What if we never made it? What if y'all never made it? What if we made it, part was just minus. How much would you continue to do before you give up?
That's a good question. That really is a good question for real.
Because like Nipsey said, and I love to quote Nipsey sometimes, he said, the only difference between me and whoever else is in my same position, I just didn't give up. So I guess the question begs, at what point do you not give up? When you see a breakthrough, because they say a lot of people give up right before they hit that last thin wall to get to to get to where they're trying to get to.
They give up.
They give up.
Yeah. Yep. So y'all know we're not giving up. Just want to let y'all know that, y'all. It's taking a little bit longer than we would have liked. You know what I'm saying, for us to really catch on. But that's okay. We ain't gonna stop, y'all. We're gonna keep coming and keep working and keep doing this podcast. You know what I'm saying? Being all up in your face. Y'all gonna see us. Don't worry.
Dancing in the video.
You know what I'm saying? All in your videos. Yep.
You want to be an artist on the KOD/SMRG music group, Sir Rob music group. Come hit us in the inbox.
That's right.
We'll put you on.
That's right.
We'll be all in the video.
But nah, that's how it go for real. You know, that's just what we doing, y'all. We really working hard at this podcast thing, y'all. Making connections and stuff like that, and you know, putting our name out there a little bit more. Like you said, what if we never make it? What if we never make it? Now, I think about that a lot because does that mean that we wasted all our time if we never make it? Is that what that means?
That we weren't good?
Right. Because I think about if we wasn't doing this right now, what if we were doing something else and then something bad happened? So us doing this podcast is really a good thing. It's keeping us out of trouble. It's keeping us focused. You see what I'm saying? In other ways. You know what I'm saying? It's helping us to build our discipline for other things that we do. You know what I'm saying? So these are the type of things that just because you didn't make it big don't mean anything. Oh, yes, ma'am. That don't mean that, you know, Bro, she said you good?
Yeah.
So it's like, what if we were doing something else? You know what I'm saying? So we gotta always remain diligent and stay with it and just know that they say it takes 5 years to build a business. 5 full years or 10,000 hours. We're not there yet, but
I think we got 10,000 hours.
Possibly. We got a lot of time in. You know what I'm saying? And we would love to see more progress than what we're seeing, right? But we're not ashamed of the progress that we have made. We're not jumping the gun, right?
Racing the train.
Nope. Because we know when we gonna catch on, y'all. We gonna catch fire. We don't have naked women on here, which is how most people catch real quick, or celebrities and stuff like that. So we gotta get it out the mud.
We don't do reaction videos to dumb stuff.
Right. We don't do reaction videos. You know,
we don't talk
somebody
about
getting shot.
The news, you know, all the time.
So
we don't piggyback off what everybody else is doing. That's what we gonna say.
Right.
We don't. Every time we come to y'all, every week, it might be something we've seen on the internet, but it's not something that's rotating around the internet. So let me check out these comments.
Okay.
I see they're coming. They coming. All right, let's see. Where we start? Annie Moore. Hey, what's up? What's good? I'm on my way home right now, so I'll be able to talk more in like 10 minutes. Great. We're waiting on it.
Waiting on you.
All right, Delta, Carl, Delta, Morg, y'all finally wearing matching hats.
All right. Hey, y'all know how Flow New Brothers work. Yeah.
Family movie night, so I'll try to tune in a little bit. That's fine, Carl. That's fine. Hey, we appreciate all you do, though.
Hey, you just contributed right there by dropping that and saying that. So we appreciate you tuning in.
Annie in the building.
Now, if I can get some of my other brothers to tune in, we'll be all right. You know?
My son picked Pinocchio. They got a live action Pinocchio now?
I don't know. It's a live action movie?
Oh, no, he just said movie night. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I was going to say, I know they're doing live action of everything else, so it would only make sense to do Pinocchio. I haven't seen that in a long while. Speaking of Pinocchio, sidebar. Speaking of Pinocchio, did you know that the fair owner that was talking to the cat that kept bringing all the children down there was doing ungodly things to those children?
Hmm.
If you
Okay.
get a chance, let's go back to that part. If you get a chance, you go on your Disney tonight, go look
Hmm.
at Pinocchio. Listen to the part where the dude telling the cat about how much money he'll pay him to bring in the boys. And then he said, what if they remember? What I'm gonna do to them, they'll never remember.
Hmm.
Like what kind of message was we getting told back then when we was kids? Heard him Bernie was selling drugs on Sesame Street. What you got? I got an A. What? An A. Hey, quiet. What? What? Man, our childhood was awesome. These kids have never experienced.
That's a good thing, though. Yeah, that's a good thing. We don't want the kids to experience some of the stuff we went through, you know. But so what if we never make it? That's what we're talking about tonight. What if we never make it, y'all?
All right, we got three more to read right fast.
Okay, go ahead.
Y'all heard the B5 was slighted by Diddy because Walt Disney didn't want to pay Bad Boys label. B5 group back in the day. Then Jonas Brothers became popular. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you notice, every artist except Mace either unalive, struggled out, or haven't made it under the Bad Boy records. You got to look at the benefit of how you've grown while pursuing your endeavors, whatever it may be. I love that, Andy. I love that.
Right, because remember, it's always about the journey. It's never about the
It's not
destination.
about the destination.
It's about the journey.
Ron D.
You know what I'm
Reverend
saying?
Ron said that.
Right, because everything that you learn along the way is what's going to help you to become successful once you reach wherever it is you're going. You know what I'm saying? So we appreciate the journey that we're going on because we're meeting new people, we're coming up with new topics, we're learning more things about YouTube, we're learning about other apps and stuff like that.
How
You
to
know
be
what I'm saying?
YouTube savvy.
Right. So it's all about. Excuse me. Pardon me, y'all. It's all about the journey. That's what it's all about, and that's what we have to remember.
Okay, so this takes me back, and I don't know if I said. I think I sent to my brother. If not, I'll go back. This takes me back almost. I'm gonna say almost 20 years ago. 20, almost maybe a little less. But we had KOD Records. My brother was the rapper. Um, there was a dude named Dre, and he was in a group with Ice. That's what the dude's name was, Ice. I Conquer Everything, which is dope as I don't know what. Um, and one day I went to pick him up for the studio, and his parents said they were taking him somewhere. And he looked at me and he said, "That's what pretty much brought this topic on tonight. A simple thought back. He said, what if years from now we never made it? And I spent all this time rapping. I spent all this time making his music and it don't go nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
And then I thought about it. I'm like, I'm 11, 12 albums in, and I ain't made it. And I was listening to rappers that made it in less time that's here now, or just on their way out, however you want to put it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, but I stayed true to me the whole time. I didn't sign any bad deals. Everything that I put out, I own. I own all the masters, I own all the rights, I own it. It's all mine. So if I was to blow up tomorrow behind rap, it'd be all worth it.
Right. Right.
If I was to blow up tomorrow behind the podcast, it'd be all worth it. I got friends that they speak highly of me. They speak life into me when they come around me and tell me how brilliant, how wonderful I am, how smart I am, how talented I am. And sometimes they say, as real as it may be, you might not be able to take your people with you. And so I was talking to somebody the other day, and he told me he was in a group. And every time they tried to sign him, every time he almost had a deal, he was younger. He wanted to take the group with him, but they didn't want the group. They just wanted him.
Right.
And I told him what he should have did was took the deal.
Yep.
And then brought them on later his own kind of way, like 50, like Nelly,
right,
like Nas, like what?
Right.
But a lot of people don't look at it like that. And I remember making a song, one of my songs, and one of my lines, like Company. my song company, I said, some journeys you go on, everybody can't go.
Mm,
That's not a diss. That's just being real. Everybody can't go.
that's true.
So
That and that part is true. A lot of times you have to one person has to be the standout person, the lead singer, the Michael Jackson quote unquote. You know what I'm saying? And you have to be that, and then you can bring all your partners with you. You can put them on your music as features. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, like Nelly did when he had Murphy Lee and Ali and all them on country, all over Country Grammar. You know what I'm saying? But he went solo. Same thing with T Pain. You see
yes,
what I'm saying? T Pain had a group, and every member in their group went solo with the understanding that whoever blew up would go back and get the other ones with his Nappy Boy. That's the name of, you
right.
know what I'm saying? That's why you always say Nappy Boy. Cool. Same thing with Two Chains. Remember, he was part of a group. You know what I'm saying? Which was
Uh,
Player Circle.
Player Circle.
Player Circle.
Player
Which was
Circle.
him and it was Titty Boy. He went by the name Titty Boy.
Yeah, he was Titty Boy then.
You know what I'm saying? Then he had was it Player Fly? Not Player Fly.
I don't know what that dude's name was.
I can't think of the other dude's name right now.
He didn't.
But
He didn't stay true to it. He
well,
faded off.
well, yeah, as far as rapping goes. But what Two Chains did was give him money to buy a studio. And guess what? And guess Two Chains, every album Two Chains record, he recorded at his homeboy studio.
Okay.
So his homeboy get the masters.
So he did the same thing that 50 did with Tony Yayo.
Right. And that's how he made sure his homeboy had money. So a lot of times somebody has to step out, you know what I'm saying, and
Yeah.
take the lead and run with it and then bring everybody along with it. Which
Yeah.
ain't nothing wrong with that.
No.
You know, when you think about Eminem and D12, you know what I'm saying? None of those guys, and I'm not knocking on them because what's called Proof was nice. I like Proof as a rapper, but he didn't have the charisma and what it took.
No.
Eminem was the one to get out there.
He didn't want to play the game either, though.
Exactly right. He went with the
M played
BS.
the game.
Yes, M didn't mind playing the game, and he brought all of them along with him. So Proof became a dope rapper. Bizarre actually stepped out on his own and dropped 2 albums. That was mildly successful. That was successful for him to be on the level that he was at. Because you know Bizarre made that weird ass crazy music, but he actually had a following.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So somebody always steps out and bring everybody else along. You know what I'm saying? That's how Snoop did it when he brought the Dog Pound, the East Siders. You see what I'm saying? All these people. And not saying that Daz and Corrupt wouldn't have made it, but they always tell you it's because exactly.
He put them together.
Right, because
Daz came with Snoop.
I was about to say, and Corrupt was a solo rapper who moved from the East Coast to the West Coast.
Well,
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but he did that young.
Right, yeah.
So
Absolutely.
He's still able to say he grew up there.
He did both. He was back and forth. He's a transit between Philly and California.
But they made him through a battle rap.
Right, right. That's right. So when you think about people who are ready to get put out there, and then you bring your people along. So in this case, what if Snoop never made it? What if Nelly never made it? What if Eminem never made it? Or 50 Cent? You see what I'm saying?
We never made
what if we never make it?
Would y'all still be on the channel? Crazy.
But I think about this all the time, especially when it comes to music, right? I've been doing music myself a long time, right? And I got my brothers doing music. So I think about, okay, if I never make it, I'm fine with that. Because I know that I laid a foundation for my brothers to come behind me. They know how to do it. They know how to prepare for a studio. They know that, and this is just our thing. We don't write when we get to the studio. It's already written. It's already rehearsed a gazillion times. When we do the studio, it's time to record.
Right.
It is not time to write. We don't write in the studio. Now you might adjust a word or two, but your stuff is already in your head.
Hustle?
MJ Hustle in the building. What's up? So when we say, what if we never make it? Okay, cool. No problem. I kept my brothers out the streets. I kept them out of harm's way for X number of years. You see what I'm saying? I gave them a skill. I gave them a passion for something. I taught them how to focus on whatever from start to finish. You see what I'm saying? So for me, it's a win situation. Yeah, I didn't make it as a rapper. Okay, fine. But what did my brothers do because of the things that I showed them along the way? What if my little cousin who's 15 years old who just now starting to rap? What if he make it? Because I'm taking him to the studio and showing him how to do it.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yes.
So what if my 15-year-old cousin make it? What if my 31-year-old brother make it?
But you know what's funny?
30-something-year-old, excuse me, not 31, but
like I said, I always say I didn't make music to necessarily blow up. I made music because I love it. It was my escape. It was my release.
Right.
And it was something for my kids to realize who their father is, and always has been when they listen to it.
Right.
My son heard he heard a line. It's okay. It's okay. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
My son heard one of my lines and asked me about it. And so I've been telling him lately because he's been asking about my past. I guess he just wants to know who his dad is now.
Right.
Or he's getting to that age where he just wants to know some things.
Which,
So I told him I have a book and I do have one last copy. And I said, I'm going to give it to you so you can read it. And
I read it.
read it, goddamn.
Great book.
Fucking listen to the music. They all coincide.
Right, to get an understanding of who his dad is.
Who his
So
dad is.
you're literally leaving a legacy behind that's written. So you know how the Emerald tablets, a Bible, all these other things, hieroglyphics, all these things are written. Somebody wrote this stuff so that people can come back
People
years
come back
later on.
and read it,
It's no different than what you're doing. So your son literally can say, well, damn, my dad made all these albums. He wrote this book. He had this podcast. You can literally track
What I
who
was
you
doing,
was.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's a dope thing. You know. So in that sense, maybe we won't make it commercially. Okay, cool. But in every other sense, we made it.
Right. Do you want to tackle what Delta said or you want me to tackle it?
What'd he say?
They took Andy Stone, Prince, Michael Jackson, Whitney. They didn't own their masters. I
Right.
think Prince did. And he
Yes.
says, my hometown,
Yes.
Meridian, Miss, a guy
Mississippi.
named
Yeah.
Meridian, Mississippi, a guy named Jamal American Idol finalist, finally made it. He was on Sunday's Best and lost. Pretty cool country guy, small town, getting notoriety. Big Crit and from Meridian. Big Crit from Meridian?
Yeah.
I thought he was from Jackson. David Banner from Jackson.
Is it Jack? Yeah, I think so. I know both of them from Mississippi. Though. I'm not sure
I know
exactly where.
Yeah. Okay.
But you know, I have thought about that, y'all. What if we never make it? I think this is a great topic for tonight because what if we never make it for real, y'all? Like seriously. So then you think about that and you like, well, and now I'm speaking of music, y'all. I'm speaking of music. What if we? Hold on, my bad, y'all. This thing ain't acting right. Okay. So seriously, y'all, as a question, what if we never make it in music? What if our music never blow up? You know what I'm saying? What if we never get 1 million followers? What if we never do 1 million streams and all that stuff like that, right? Do that mean we were failures? Honestly, when you think about it,
And if we were, by whose standards?
and that's what I'm finna say because that's exactly what I was about to say. By whose standards did we not? Now we didn't make $1 million. Okay, cool. But once again, we showed discipline, we showed focus, we showed a passion to do this, and we kept trying and kept trying and kept trying and kept trying. You know what I'm saying? I think that's really, really, really important.
All right, so Delta said David Banner is from Jackson. And he said, what's the definition of making it? And my definition, because I read that as you were speaking, my definition of making it is attempting to do a dream, whether I make it big or fail hard, I attempted my dream.
Right.
I did something that a lot of people are afraid to step out of their comfort zone, they have to zone, they responsibility zone, their financial responsibility to do what it is that I want to do with my life.
Right. Absolutely. And I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. Making it means, for me, of course, we want to get recognized on the national level, of course. But if I don't, I want to know who's affected by this in a positive way for all the things that we do. So once again, taking it back to my little cousin, who's 15 years old, you know what I'm saying, who wants to go to the studio, and I take him. And then he's seen us in the studio, and it changed his world, y'all, literally. He said, cuz, oh my goodness, not cuz like gangbanging, but you know, I'm his cousin. So he's like, cuz, man, wow, I didn't know y'all could rap like that. Y'all just showed me. You see what I'm saying? Y'all just showed me something.
Annie, can you put that call-in number up tonight?
Put that call in, yeah, because we want to talk to y'all tonight, man. Let's really dig into this one, y'all. But when he told me that, y'all, I felt some type of way in a good way.
You should have.
Because it let me know that it opened up his whole mind, his whole world of something that he never seen. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm way older than him. I'm in my 40s. He's 15. But yet when he heard me rap, and then he heard my brother rap, then he heard my other brother rap, he was blown away. And he seen that we wasn't writing at all. He seen that most of us didn't have our notebooks with us. We just knew it from memory. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, that's how y'all doing it?
Yeah, on that particular day that he was there. Yeah.
I knew it from memory.
Well, because I told you with us, bro, we don't rehearse in the studio.
I know.
You know, you've been there. You know how we do, bro. We ready to go. When we hit Rick and be like, blah blah blah, we coming on such and such. We ready. And I indoctrinated that in Pat when he first, because Pat was making beats. Then he started rapping. I'm like, bro, look, we gonna practice at the house, and when we go to the studio, get in the booth, we need to be laying it down.
Yeah.
You know, we used to do 3 songs per weekend, 3 songs per weekend, and they had to be done. That's where we came up with the term all first verse.
Okay.
Me and my brother Chris came up with that term,
Okay.
all first verse, meaning one take. That should need to be laid down in one take, and you be able to do that. You be able to do that if you practice at the house, because we paying for studio time.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you pay for studio time, I ain't got time to be looking over and I see you. No, sir. No, sir. No, not with us. You need to be like, bro, I'm ready. My turn. And then it becomes friendly competition. As a matter of fact, he's been there when I messed up on the verse and he heard Pat get on me. Oh, man, I thought all first verse. What happened? And I like that, though, because we holding each other to a standard. You see what I'm saying? So even if I never make it, I know that I passed something on to him.
Right. And
if he didn't make it, he could pass it on to the next brother, to the next younger brother, because it's like 12 of us for real. So he can pass it to the next person, the next person. It all depends on what your level of making it is. And for me, my level of making it meant keeping my brothers off the streets.
That's it.
Keeping them, you know what I'm saying, out of trouble by occupying their time doing music. I'm occupying their time. We are creating something. We're building a bond between us because we're already brothers. But now we are creating something that's going to always be around. And I'm keeping my brothers off. I mean, because we all could be influenced by whatever life brings. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it's going to be. But they knew every weekend we ain't going to no club and hanging out and partying. We're going to the Yo. We call it the Yo, the studio. So we going to the Yo.
That's deep, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and to me, we made it. I made it.
All right, Miss Brittany chimed in.
Britt, what's happening?
I think we put too much emphasis on financial aspect of making it. The knowledge and skills you gain and can pass on to someone who could take it further and invaluable. You're right.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But like it all depends. Like I said, first of all, you got to figure out what your dream is.
Yes.
Second of all, you got to figure out ways to attain it. And believe it or not, going in the studio, owning my own studio, and paying. Like my biggest budget binder, which I'm trying to learn, is mixing and mastering. I pay people a lot of money to mix and master, and sometimes, you know, one time, I'm gonna let y'all in on a little secret. One time, I took the cheap route. I tried to mix it myself, or I went through eMaster or whatever I did, and it's one of my albums that's out there right now. And I was listening to it today. I've been listening to pieces of it, and I'm like, damn, it got some deep words, because the album's title is what I was going through.
Right.
So, so y'all don't feel confused, the title of the album is called Manic Depression. And I was going through all that. Every song that I wrote on that album, I went through at one point in my life. And so I'm listening to it and I'm like, it don't sound as crisp.
Right.
I messed up an ad lib. I can hear it. You can hear the roughness in it. But I think the roughness in it shows the realness in it. So if y'all want, I'm not asking y'all to, if y'all want, check whatever streaming site you on, Manic Depression, Dysfunction. And y'all shoot me back some feedback. Tell me, am I right or am I wrong?
Right.
Did you feel the album? Was the album a successful feel me, or you couldn't relate to none of it? And if you couldn't, then I know I was aiming for the wrong crowd with that one.
Right.
So
right. And I agree. When you writing from the heart, quote unquote, like meaning things you went through or things you're currently going through, you're making music for you. Yes. And I think that's what you have to do. You have to make music for you
at some point, yes.
And understand that there's going to be people who can relate to the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Now, Tupac is famous for saying, make music for the women because they're the one who buy albums.
That's what he said.
Absolutely. But you have to take something that you've been through
that you
flip
relate
it
to what
in a way,
like.
Right?
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
So if you're a man who's been rejected by women a bunch of times, you have to make your music in a way so where women can pick up on what it is, the message you're trying to put out. You see what I'm saying? Or if you're a player type,
right?
You see what I'm saying? Do you make your music accordingly?
Of course,
so this is how it goes. You can't make music
and it's not personal. It's not something you've been through. It's not something you experienced because it comes across like that in your music. Like, okay, if I made a song and I'm talking about gang banging, people who know me personally gonna tell me, hey, he lying. He a damn liar. He ain't never gang banged in his life. I know him personally.
But you did though.
Now, and that's what I was getting at though. That's where that's where I was going though. That's where I was going. People who know me will say he was never in the gang. He's lying. He's capped because you know me. I'm very descriptive, and I can make something sound freaking like I was in it.
Right.
But once again, on the flip side of that coin, like he just said, I was around gangbangers almost my whole life. So, like fighting with them, other things with them. You see what I'm saying? But I was never part of that gang.
That's what I'm
to
saying.
the ops didn't care.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? They didn't know that. They like
if
you with
dance
them.
with the devil. You hung out. You a demon. You hung out with the devil.
Absolutely.
But cause when they came through, they didn't say, "Oh shit, you don't say it. He don't gang bang. We gonna let him walk." No, they was trying to whoop your ass too.
Exactly. But now the thing is, I can make music for gangbangers, but I can't make it for them. Meaning, every gangbang song you hear, they throwing up their set.
Right.
They saying what set they from.
Right.
But guess what? I can't do that.
Can't do that.
I'm not from no set.
No.
I can't throw up no set.
No.
I can't rep no hood.
You said that.
Very clear, right? So that's why I say I can't make music for them, but I can make it for them. It's like I can make a soundtrack for your life, but I can't make a music. I can't directly because I'm not a gangbanger.
Right.
And you see what I'm saying? So it's stuff like that, and you have to be authentically you.
Read what MJ Hustle said.
MJ Hustle said, and this still acting. See, but you know, once again, y'all, and I've said this plenty of times, for whatever reason, I don't know why this happens. My whole life, I've always been friends with Bloods. Always.
We're brothers now.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Always, y'all. Like, I don't know how that happens, but it's like, and it's been three different sets. And no, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to throw up, you know what I'm saying? But it's been three. Let me go this way then. It's been 3 sets of friends that I had where they were Bloods. And it's like, for whatever reason, I'm just always attracted to that. But I'm a grown man and I don't do that, but I still cool with them. I've had fights with them, meaning when they got into it with other folks, because those, like I said, the other folks didn't care. They didn't even know that I wasn't down. They just said, "Oh, you hanging with them? Y'all all walking together, so you one of them. So they're gonna attack me too."
That is how that works.
So I can make music about that, but I would have to put it in the way of I was fighting with my friends.
Right.
I can't say, "Oh, some gang stuff."
Set, right?
Yeah, and I seen me.
From?
Right. So I would never be derogatory and call people who wear the blue rags the C word. Y'all know the C word.
They don't know the C word.
The derogatory.
But don't say
and I'm not.
No.
Same way, if I'm hanging with folks who wear a red rag, I can't say the B word, meaning what they are.
Or the S word.
Or call them that. Oh, what up, blood? I can't say that.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be like, hold on, bro, ain't you? I'm not being authentically me. You see what I'm saying? I'm not. It's
Yeah.
Bro, because if I did that and you came out there and be like, bro, come on, man. Come on, bro. You know you ain't. You see what I'm saying?
But it depends on it all depends on how you. Yeah, you got guacamole on there. At the top.
Oh my bad, I had to.
But no, like you're right though. You know,
That's
and it was crazy because the thing they used to tell me when I was doing my thing, they'd be like, "But you're not like them. You're not in the same set as them." I'm like, "I'm not." But you didn't say I whoop this set or I fight these dudes. You said F them all.
right.
So if you say F them all,
That means,
I know I'm one.
Right. So that
You
means
have to say
F
F me too.
Right. Right.
You got to stand on
Right.
video. You got to throw your hands.
Right. Yeah. That's what that means.
Nah, man, we cool though. We cool. We look at you like an honor. I'm not though. I'm not that.
Right.
You know what I am. If I need to wear a flag tomorrow to remind you who the fuck I am, it's not that color. Like
it's not, y'all. It's and it applies to that too. What if you never make it, right? Because what if you never make it in whatever it is that you're doing? Since we talking about games, what if you never make it as a game banker? Meaning you never reach the status of OG, triple OG.
man, you know what?
You see what I'm saying?
I saw a video about that.
Or a reputable member in your game.
He a TDE cat too.
Oh wow.
I don't even know the dude's name, but the video starts out like this. The dude talking that he talking about he need to get down because it's all about the rep. His brother used to do it, so he wanted to do it too. So they jump him in, and they take him to a first altercation, and they're like, run up on these cats, and that's where they from. And instead of running up on him, he put his hoodie on. He trying to bang on him, right? And so he didn't see because he was trying so hard to impress them. He didn't see the dude that was sitting in the car roll the window down and shoot him.
Oh.
So he gets shot in the middle of the song, and he like, and his man started rapping, talking about, kicking over Roman candles. Then at the OG, like, this your fault. You told him it was okay to be down.
Wow.
But it's like, if you watch it, it's kind of comedic, just a little. But if you know that life, that's how quick and fast it goes.
Yeah, absolutely. Because we all know that everybody who's in that life don't make it, and I don't mean unalive. I just mean make it to what they call a reputable member. Everybody don't make it to that level, to the OG level, triple OG. And once again, this is just all about.
It ain't even about OG level. Reputable member means that you didn't have to put in work. Period.
Right.
Like not because you put in work one time, you just jump up.
No, you constantly
yes. On that line.
Yes.
You're constantly pushing that.
That's and once again, y'all, not pushing that.
No.
To be, but we just saying about making it. So think about people who work like I got a 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying?
What if you never make
what
it
if
to
I
the
never
top supervisor?
Right, exactly. Or what if I never obtained my license, which I did already? But I'm just saying, what if I never did that? You see what I'm saying? And all the work that I put in, all the study hours I put in, all the questions I ask people. You see what I'm saying? Does that make me a failure?
Depends on whose eyes you believe.
Exactly. But I would say no.
But see, in that case, if you went through and took it for a whole year and then passed it, you could say, I guess you could call yourself a failure. Or, you know what I'm saying? Some people look at you that way because you wouldn't have that job no more.
Right. Absolutely. I wouldn't. But I can take that knowledge and go somewhere else.
You could.
With that same exact knowledge to a place where they don't require you to take that test.
Right.
Because not every municipality required their people to take that test.
Right.
It just so happened to be that the one that I'm at do.
Right.
But the one I left didn't. You see what I'm saying?
Waterworks didn't.
Right.
It
See what I'm saying?
required.
So, right.
Well, I ain't gonna say that because the position that I was in when I worked the 4 nights, not the 1 day. The 1 day I was just a worker on the yard. So it's not required to do anything when you're a worker. But with the 4 days that I was working in the office around the operator, they said it was encouraged that you get your license within the next year.
Right. And
otherwise, we'll put you in a different department. And I'm like, no.
Like they'll throw you back for us. They'll throw you back as a laborer. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. Yeah, just like regular worker, right? So but y'all, if y'all want to express your comments and your views or your thoughts on anything we said, or maybe even just your own, call in. The call-in number is in the chat right now.
Yes.
Call in, y'all. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Talk to us.
To hear from y'all.
We would love to hear from y'all. Let us know what y'all think about this. What if you never made it? What if you never made it? What if you had dreams of being a movie star and then you got pregnant and had kids?
Does that mean you failed your dream?
Right.
Or you just took on a new mission?
Right. That's it. You stepped up to be an adult to raise your kids. And you still can do it. It's never too late. It's never too late, which is why y'all still see me dropping verses. You still see this dropping out. Actually, I'm currently working on the album with my brother. You see what I'm saying? So it's never too late to make, especially now. Side note, they want rappers to think that once you reach a certain age, you can't rap no more. But you see rock and roll artists rocking out to 70 plus.
And don't nobody say none.
Willie Nelson, I think they said was 85. And he just had a concert.
He has another concert.
You see what I'm saying? 85, 86, I think. And I'll Google it just to make sure. But why do rappers get limited at such a young age? Oh, you in your 40s, you can't rap no more.
Because hip hop is held to a different standard of the fact that they feel like the only thing you can rap about is the struggle.
Right.
And once you get out of the struggle, you start rapping about Maybachs and Roses and Benzes and Santorini trips, that you're not real to the streets no more.
Right.
That you're not living the struggle no more. You living past the struggle.
Right.
And some people like to hear that flossy rap.
Yeah.
So there's still a place for it. Whatever kind of rap you make, there's a place for it.
And that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Whatever kind of like struggle rap ain't the only rap.
No.
So when you hear Currency, let's say Currency for example, Currency
I don't
make.
like him, but
I like Currency. I do.
I understand. Some people like him.
He made good music though. You know what I'm saying? Okay, not a Currency. Let's switch up. Let's take a David Banner. Right? He don't make struggle music.
No.
He make good music though, and now he's a
Ransom.
exactly Ransom.
Ransom been
Hell,
around a while.
Conway Twitty. You see what I'm saying? Or Conway. You know what I'm saying?
Conway
Yeah, exactly.
they
You know
don't
what I'm
make struggle
saying?
music.
They don't make struggle music.
They
So
make bar music.
even when you think about
And I don't mean bar like you drink. I'm talking
You
about
make
bar,
bars,
like,
metaphors,
like
bars.
metaphors,
when you think about the Locks,
yeah.
you see what I'm saying? They done elevated to, like you said, they of course they rich. So you know what I'm saying? But they rap about middle-aged type stuff,
Yeah.
middle class type stuff. You see what I'm
Middle-class
saying?
type stuff.
Letting you know that you can have a house with the dog and the fence.
Fence,
You
yeah.
see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And it's okay if your kids go to private school and you own a juice bar.
It's okay.
You see what I'm saying? Like these are the things that they rapping about. So you don't have to only rap about the struggle
Uh-oh.
of being in the hood.
Andre Hustle said, "Man, y'all got me back rapping again." That
Absolutely.
Pookie man be
There you
rapping
go.
his ass off for real, for real.
There you go.
Oh, Poonie, you talking about your brother?
Pony Man, yeah.
Yeah.
Little,
He heard I let him hear Cherry Red,
yeah,
the remix.
yes, bruh. Look, Young Bull on it, bruh.
He said he can't go in there. He said he got to hear his verse before you write his verse.
Bruh.
He said ain't no writing at the same time.
No.
He said you gotta hear Poonie Man verse first, and then you write
Just know any verse or any song that he gonna get on, he gonna come with it. And guess what? Guess who he learned that from? And I'm not tooting my own horn, but toot motherfucker.
Poonie Man is a star. Who's Brittany?
Huh? That's my sister Brittany.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You don't feel like saying a star?
No, Pony Man is a star. Absolutely. I'm too old.
You too old?
I think I still can make it, but Young Bro is a star, bro.
For real?
Yes,
I heard that verse.
he has the talent to do that.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And I agree with that.
Okay.
I agree with that.
Okay.
My time has come and gone. I'm just still good at it. I'm just still good. And I've always said that. You know what I'm saying? Which is why I don't pursue it as hard as I used to, right?
Is that the way I
He's a
should look at
star.
it?
Well, everybody has their own way of looking at it.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So I can't tell you
Well, I'm
to
just
look at
saying,
it like
like,
that.
should that be like a slight perspective? I should adhere. I should
Well,
add to.
I look at it like this: with the changing of the times, right?
Mhm.
You can always grow your own following.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And make money and do stuff like that and
Right,
have your
right.
own following. So I think you can adjust it to that,
Okay.
as opposed to saying me. I'm speaking of mainstream.
Okay.
I'm speaking of back in the day, 2000, getting signed by a label and all that.
Okay.
Yes. My time. Wait.
One more. Yeah.
And
Please.
yeah, one more. Yeah. Thank you.
Hey, please take this.
I like your shirt. Yeah. Yeah, Dos Equis. But I'm speaking of early
Mainstream.
2000s, you know what I'm saying? 99,
we
getting
never-
signed by a
we
label.
won't never make
You know what I'm saying? I'm past that point, right? And I didn't make that. And I'm okay with that. But that don't mean that me making it as a musician, as an artist,
But I
that's
don't think I
fair.
ever wanted to be mainstream.
I did. And see, so you see how
Yes,
that differs,
yes,
right?
yes.
I wanted to be
I didn't never
mainstream.
want to be mainstream.
But you got to think, I grew up in New York City around the
Right.
golden age of
Of
rap.
rap, right.
So I wanted to be signed to a label.
Right.
I wanted to be mainstream.
Here we go. Here we go.
Talk to us, y'all.
Hello. Welcome to the channel.
Hello.
What
How
up?
you
What up?
doing?
I'm doing good. I called to chime in.
Okay, come on.
Yeah,
what
talk
you
to
got?
us.
Okay, so my version of making it was in the beauty. My mom was a beautician. I always wanted to be one of those girls that was in one of those like hair books. And when I got older, and I thought that dream was behind me, but it wasn't.
Uh-huh.
So I have been a brand ambassador for many beauty businesses around Birmingham. I've been on the news. I've been in magazines. I've been in the newspaper. I've used my beauty to help women in shelters and
Okay.
help them get their confidence back. So
Okay.
that is my version of making it. What
Right.
I have now is more than I thought I could have before I had children.
Hey, congratulations. That's making it.
Yeah.
Anytime you make an impact, I feel like you made it. So to answer that question, what do we feel like making it is? I feel like we made it. because we have an impact.
Right.
You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? People,
But see,
different people listen to the music. Different people watch the podcast. We've made an impact. We got however many subscribers we got at the moment.
true. Thank you. See, but just like, because that's Britt. That's Britt right there.
Okay.
Just like Britt said, she's been in newspapers. She's been in hair magazines. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, these are the things that you want to accomplish, right?
Right.
So I've done open mics. I'll crush the crowd. I had the crowd cheering for me. I've done rap battles. You see what I'm saying? Because of my personality, especially the way I was younger, they'll tell you like I was very outspoken, way more outspoken now, more of a party person. You see what I'm saying? More of a battle rapper, more. I feel like
You were cannabis.
I was cannabis without being annoying and arrogant.
Okay. Okay.
What'd you say? What'd you say,
And I'm
Britt?
not musically inclined. My brother will tell you I do not rap or I do cannabis. But watching how hard they work at their craft encourages.
Yes.
Okay.
And vice versa, though.
So I think making it also comes with being very selective about your support system and not just saying, oh, my friends are my support system. Sometimes you have to build that support system from scratch. Because just because we're family or just because we're friends doesn't mean that person will support you or be happy for you when you make it.
Absolutely.
And I think a lot of people look for their family to be their first line of support.
Yes. And then
Me
they get
personally,
discouraged.
when I build my own studio and I start rapping because I felt like it helped me be a better me. My audience was not the people that I was around. My audience was the people that heard me either third way heard me, or they was like, "What you do?" And I was like, "I do music." Well, let me hear some. Oh shit, you kind of good.
Right. And
Right.
that's
But
she
see, I grew up with all brothers.
right.
So being a girl in a long line of 12 brothers, you know, when I wanted to do beauty and model, they was like, yeah, okay, you know, like that's awesome with the thumbs up, but they didn't know anything about that.
Right.
Yep.
Well, again, I'd like to
And-
congratulate you.
She's gonna be on the podcast.
Okay.
Oh yeah. We've been talking.
I would love,
You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna get her on here. I know she said she free on the weekends, I believe it was, she said.
Okay.
Like last time we was at Pop's house and we was chopping it up, which was Easter. Was it Easter, right? I think it was Easter last time I seen it. Yeah. So we gonna get her on there.
We can do a special podcast.
Oh,
on the weekend
absolutely.
if you want to.
We gonna do it. But look, matter of fact, look, it reminded me. I remember when I think it was TikTok or Instagram. I'm not sure, but I remember she had like 100K followers.
Okay.
And I remember being so proud. I'm like, hell yeah, she doing it.
That's
You
what's
know
up,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like she really out there doing it.
100K is big.
Hell yeah, and it made me want to go a little bit harder. You see what I'm
You go
saying?
pretty hard on TikTok.
And like she said earlier, Poonie Man is a star. He
You know,
has talent, bro. The talent he
I've
has
only
is
met him
undeniable.
once, and he has the charisma. I can
Yes,
see
it's
that.
undeniable,
And then
bro.
when I heard him rap
It's
that one time, because I don't think you played none of the music for me before.
He did Cherry Red.
Cherry Red, I heard him. I was like,
Yes.
but I was like,
and he
I
used
wasn't
to rap
looking at it
in
like a
the kitchen,
competition,
you know, just at the
competition.
kitchen table,
'Cause-
he's always in it.
Always been like, and I remember we used to go to the studio, me, him, and Pat.
Okay.
We went to the studio, and Rick could tell you every weekend for like probably 3 years straight.
Y'all got music back up there.
Man, listen, me, Poonie Man, and Pat probably got 30, 40, 50 songs together. Real deal. And he worked on his own
one of his
project.
first music videos in my apartment.
Exactly. Right. Like he's great at music. He's great. I remember when he first changed his style because he was rapping this particular way, and then what he was doing was finding himself.
Okay.
And once he found himself,
It was on.
Pum.
It was on.
And you talking about somebody who can write about stuff they go through. He has that talent to do that.
That's him.
Okay.
Yes, like he can go through a breakup or go through a heart, and he'll pin that shit so good. He been in the studio, and I'm not saying I'm responsible for it because he has a gift.
Right.
I molded that though.
You helped mold it.
I helped mold that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? By hey, let's do it like this. Let's do it like this. Let's do it like this. And he ran with it.
So when y'all three used to go to the studio,
I talked to him today about music. Matter of fact, in the gym.
you was at the gym with you?
Yeah, today. Me and him talked about music today in the gym.
The second workout.
Yes, my second workout that I do in the evening,
Okay.
he be in the gym too. And we
Okay.
talk every day, but today in particular, we talked about music today. I said, hey man, because he said, ain't you and Pat working on the album? I said, yeah. I said, you know you know you own it, right? He said, say less, just send me the beat. He said, bro, you ain't even got to tell me, just send me the beat. And you can ask him. That's what he said.
Okay.
Because he know any project
like I said,
that
my
I
brother
do,
want to do a
I'm
song
putting
with
them
him.
on, bro. Yeah, because MJ Hustle said something about him. Exactly.
He want to do a song with him.
Bro, anybody who hear my brother in New York,
But you know,
55 years old, heard him.
That reminds me of my partner named Jeff.
Mhm.
When I'm saying about that, the deep voice.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted to get him on the track. And then one day he wasn't good. He just, okay, this is what he told me about me, which I found, I didn't know if at the time when he said it, I didn't know to take it as a compliment or whatever. He like, say we was Dipset. I said, okay. He said, you're Jim Jones. I said, what? He said, yeah. Even though Cam was probably the best rapper, him and Jules were probably the best rapper out of the group, Jim Jones was the most consistent. He's the one that keep doing it and got better and better. I said, damn.
And
Okay.
I don't think, to me, very unpopular opinion, Cam ain't better than Jim Jones.
Not now.
To me. He never been, in my opinion. And I've had this argument with all my brothers
What
from
about
New
when you
York.
get old boy?
No, Cam is good. But I've always I don't like how Cam slow his style
I
down
don't like
and
that shit either.
get ABC rap.
He does do
Loosey goosey, moosey
Yeah,
toosey.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what are you talking about? Like,
But
come on now.
but his first style, he stole from Big L. The first
Yeah.
way that he rapped when he got a deal.
Yeah,
the first
that's that
time.
Harlem shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Big L was nice. Was really nice at that.
Yeah,
But
Big L real nice there.
I remember because I'm finna go back for a second.
Well, we appreciate you calling in, Britt. Thank you very much for the words. You have anything
Thank
else
you
you want to
guys
say
for
before you
having
leave?
me. Thank you guys for inviting me on. It was really fun. I can't wait to actually be there in person and be a part of it.
Okay.
Oh, absolutely. You know we're getting you on there.
We're gonna hold you down to that.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Bye, y'all.
All right. Hey, MJ Hustle said, bro, he be coming with it. We got SIP in the building, Sex Intimacy Power in the building. That's Jazz. What's happening? She said, hey, everybody. And we got Yolane Sykes. What's up? We appreciate y'all tuning in. We talking about
that's my old teacher. Yeah.
a career. All right. So we talking about what if you never made it?
What if you never made
What
it?
if you never made it? You know, this is what we're talking about tonight because sometimes, especially with us doing music, doing the podcast, you may not reach the heights that you want to reach, right?
That you thought you were, that you thought that you should have reached.
Right. So does that mean you didn't make it? So this is what we're talking about tonight. And it's funny that you say your old teacher's on there. What if you ever had a teacher who told you you ain't gonna never be shit in life?
Wow.
Or you had a teacher who told you you're gonna be everything in life?
Yeah.
Because I've had
all the
both.
pressure. That's all the pressure.
I've had both though.
I've had a teacher tell me I wasn't gonna be shit.
Yeah, me too. Me
I
too.
mean, I'm
So-
25. I'm still alive.
Mm.
What can you say? One's supposed to make it past 25, but I'm still alive.
Exactly. So this is what we're talking about. What if you never make it to your expectations or to their, meaning quote, air quotes, to their expectations? How do you feel about that? You know, you have to make peace with the fact that you didn't reach whatever level you want to reach. But also you have to make peace. Did you ever stop? Or are you still going? Are you working your 9 to 5 but still trying to do music? Working your 9 to 5 but still trying to have your own barbershop, your own hair salon, your
own facial product.
your own facial product, your own auto mechanic shop. You see what I'm saying? Dashing, you know what I'm saying? Been a diesel mechanic for 20 years.
What's his
20
dream?
years. You
What's
see
his
what I'm saying?
dream?
And I ain't gonna put his business out there, but I know what his dream is.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, and what if he don't make it? Which I believe he gonna make it. He believe he gonna make that.
He accomplished
that dream.
a lot of things.
He's
besides
accomplished a lot of things. A lot of things. But this is what we talking about.
But
so,
you know
go
what?
ahead.
that. I think sometime in trying to achieve our dreams, we neglect the things that we have accomplished.
Yes.
So like,
yes.
like I mean, I don't do it no more.
Mhm.
But like, yeah, I rap and yeah, I do podcasts. But I raised a successful young man from 6 to 17 that's not in these streets, that's not doing nothing bad, that is a productive person
Right.
in the society as soon as he get a job.
And,
But I don't have to worry about him.
and you can say you did that.
I did that.
Right. That's what I'm talking about. Once again, y'all, I got a phone call today from a homeboy Rod. who told me, he was like, man, y'all know I left one job and went to another job. Rod still works at that job that I left. Man, we appreciate, you know what I'm saying? We appreciate you, bro. I ain't gonna never forget you, man. We always gonna be homies. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, absolutely right. And we just chopped it up. And this was today, this morning, bro. So once again, that's why a lot of this stuff is like flow fresh on my mind.
You touch a lot of people's lives, man.
And without realizing it though.
Without realizing.
So, because it takes for people to call me and tell me, you know what I'm saying? Hey, bro, man, such.
Yeah.
At my job that I'm at now, I walked in there, I met everybody, and now everybody works out. Everybody goes to the gym. Everybody asks me questions. I never told nobody to work out. I never told them, but they look at me, they see that I'm living a healthy lifestyle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Overall healthy.
Right.
No fried foods. Cheat meal only on Friday. You know what I'm saying? They see this. Well, I mean, I keep it realistic. I keep it so
I do
cheat meal on Friday.
More than Friday.
You know,
yeah.
But and now because of that, it's 5 people that work out now at my job, including a woman.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
You touching
So
lives.
Miss Kimmy work out, then you got Jonathan that work out, then you got Nemo that work out, then you got Eddie that work out, then you got Bill that work out. You see what I'm saying? These guys are literally working out. And I'm not saying that it's 100% because of me, but I played a small part. Right, I played it to see. I like to call it the said effect. But I never know the effect that I have on people until they tell me, until later on. Like I talked to Rod this morning. Rod hit me with some of my own words that I told him once upon a time when he was going through something. And he was like, man, I remember when you told me X, Y, and Z. And it was private conversation, so I ain't gonna say what it was that was said. But said, I remember when you said X, Y, Z. I'm like, damn, you remember that, bro? He's like, hell yeah, I remember that, man. Ain't no other dude ever said nothing to me like that before. And I'm like, wow. You see what I'm saying? So once again, like you just said, you raised a successful son, and my daughter just graduated college. So big shout out to my Stink who graduated college. Me and my wife did an excellent job. And once again, I want to emphasize my wife because I didn't even think I'd be married this long. I love my wife to death and she loved me. You know what I'm saying? And I know, like, for us to raise 2 successful kids, you know what I'm saying? Like he said, his son not in the street. My son not in the street either. True. Far from the streets, will never be in the streets. True. My daughter isn't either, excuse me. She'll never be in the streets. So that's something that I hang my hat on.
Now with my daughter, I can't take all the credit for that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, even though it's ironic, she joined bands, she played saxophone.
Uh-huh.
I played saxophone.
See, you see what I'm saying?
It's ironic, you know what I'm saying?
They see the things we did.
Yeah. Or, you know, they heard about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My daughter, I was in the band, I played tuba. Both of my kids were in the band, they played trombone. Well, I'm in the band frat. My daughter was in the band sorority, talking about in college. She was in the sister organization to my fraternity. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's stuff like that because they watch us and we don't even know that they watching us or they hearing the stories about us. You know what I'm saying? I think that's pretty cool. That's so dope, y'all.
My teacher said, I told you you'd be everything in life.
Wow.
You did. I'm still working my 9 to 5, but I own my own skincare business for 8 years.
See, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you, Annie, for that congratulations. But we both get congratulations. I met his son. His son is a very, very good young man.
I met your son.
You know, right. And you met my daughter. You know what I'm saying? So you know my whole family. So, and the fact that we can sit here and say that, hey, man, we did our part as men. Black, white, they ain't got nothing to do with it. As men.
As men, right.
As men, we raised our kids. We raised our family. You know what I'm saying? And we do the best that we can do.
Right.
So we successful in that sense. They see us working hard. That's the main thing, that whether we blow up on YouTube or not, you know what I'm saying? They see us every day working at this, or twice a week going live, you know what I'm saying? But always talking on the phone and, hey, bro, let's try this.
Yeah.
Let's try this.
Yeah.
They don't see us in the street saying, hey, man, we finna go spin the block on this dude. Man, pass me the Draco. I'm finna Drake this dude right here. They don't see that. They don't see us smoking weed because neither one of us smoke weed. No. Like my daughter or my kids might see me have a drink, but they don't see me in the house drunk, pouring up bottles. You see,
people around.
Right. Yeah. And these are the things that we may take for granted sometimes when we realize, damn, I ain't successful in podcasting like I want to be.
I'm not successful as an artist as I want to be.
Right. But guess what? When we get the YouTube analytics and we see that we reached freaking 50,000 people, we like, wait, what? Wait, we really reached 50,000 people? Holy shit! Like
a lot of people.
what?
That's a lot of people.
Right, because it comes once a month. If y'all don't know,
Right.
the YouTube analytics will come once a month, and I look at them, and
I don't look at them.
we looking at them, and I'm seeing, oh snap! You know, your channel has this number of hour views per month, and then you look at the overall. Then you reach this amount of people, and you're like, whoa, really? Your channel has this amount of views? What? But we only got this amount of subs. But
we need y'all to help us out with that.
But then that lets you know about the algorithm. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And how
How we're being pushed or not pushed.
you can have normally, I think, and don't quote me on this, but the math is 8 times the amount of views per sub. See what I'm saying? So hypothetically, if you have 1,000 subs, so 1,000 times 7 is 7,000. You can have 7,000 views with 1,000 subs. So it's normally like a multiple of 7, I think, or something like that. I might be slightly off, but you can do it's an equation on it.
Right.
Because you have some people who only have, let's say, 10,000 subs,
Right.
but they have 1 million views on their videos.
Yeah.
So when I'm looking at it, because the whole time I'm thinking, damn, we ain't where we want to be, but then I get that views, I get the analytics, I'm like, people are really tuning in for us. They're really watching us.
Yeah.
So that motivates me, and I be like, okay, we just got to keep grinding, and we gonna keep doing that. But it's just a constant reminder of you may not think people are watching. You may not think people are watching because it may not necessarily show on the views when you check the views.
Right.
But when them 30 days go by,
Yeah.
and that analytics come out,
Yeah.
and you see the views,
Yeah.
then it makes sense to you.
We're
Then
doing,
you're like,
we're doing something.
we
Yeah.
do right, we doing
We're
something.
doing something.
And it feel good in that sense, y'all.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
really, really do. Once again, we may not make it to Mr. Beast status or Joe Rogan status or the little kid who played with the toy status. You know what I'm saying? Because he like third or second.
Yeah.
He used to be number 1, but Joe Rogan knocked him out, and then Mr. Beast knocked him out first. Then Joe Rogan, now he third. But you talking about hundreds of
Mr. Beast only make that kind of them views because he give away stuff all the time.
right. Yes,
If he wasn't giving away stuff, I don't think people pay attention to
But
his
he's the
channel.
most watched person on YouTube ever. Even with his views declining, he's still the most watched.
Wow.
Joe Rogan is the most inclined person going up.
Going up.
And because he's getting millions of views and still climbing.
Yeah, because
You see what I'm saying?
He has some really good subjects.
Right. He has some really good guests, and he
got his own products that he promotes.
and Joe Rogan spends at least $1 million per week on his podcast. That's why it's so well,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? The way it run like a well-oiled machine.
Well-oiled machine.
He got these guests. You see literally 30, no, I'm sorry, because I actually watched it when he said it. I think it's like 20 to 30 clips per week of the Joe Rogan podcast episode that week. He'll make way more than $1 million in a week. Way more. So he'll spend $1 million, make more.
we
But
getting there
we get, and that's,
with the office clips.
yes, and that's why I be like, man, it's like a pick me up. You know what I'm saying? When I'm thinking like, damn, ain't nobody checking out the podcast. We having these good topics, these good subjects,
Then you see
these
these
good
reels.
conversation. The reels are popping, bro. I be checking the reels, and then I look at it and it be like,
you like them.
it be like, well, no, I'm talking about the analytics of them. When I go to YouTube Studio and I'm seeing the reels getting, 1.5, 2.5, 4.5,
Oh yeah, they
and I'm
coming.
like, see. But once again, I'm judging that versus the subs. You see what I'm saying?
we can't have it all at once.
And that's it right there. So like I said, it's a pick me up.
It is a
And let me know, keep going.
Keep going, right.
Y'all are really doing something. People are checking for y'all. The people that's y'all regular subs,
They there.
but also they're sharing it with other people.
Yeah.
They saying, hey,
Word of mouth,
it's
yeah.
a dope podcast called Thoughts from Your Boy Podcast. Check them out. And people are really coming to check us out.
Yeah, them reels is really killing the game right
They
now.
really are. And what's funny is, y'all, we did the reels. We both do reels, right? But I did the reels first,
Yeah.
and now he's doing the reels now. And
Inadvertently, yeah.
right, I'm just saying, right. We didn't plan that. It just kind of happened. At first, I was all on the reel, boom,
All
boom,
on
boom,
the
boom,
reel.
boom,
Every
knocking them
day.
out, knocking them out for like, I don't know how long, for a minute. And
Well,
now
about a
he's
year.
on it. You know what I'm saying? And he's knocking them out.
I'm
But-
cheating though.
Well, no, you using the tools that's out there.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? That's
Okay.
not cheating. It's the
Okay.
tools that's out
Okay.
there. That'd be like the basketball thing that you can shoot when they be shooting
Yeah.
and they kick the ball back to them.
Yeah. Yeah.
That ain't cheating. That's the tools
yeah.
that's out there. If they had that in the 70s, Dr. J and them would have been using it. but they didn't have that. They had to use a person,
True.
one of the assistant coaches.
And the motherfucker throw off.
Yeah, right. But they didn't have that. So, you know, we use
That
them
just
tools
trains you
that's out
for
there.
one spot though.
Right. But now they have the one that kick it to different spots. Oh, that's what you call it? Okay. You have the one that kick it to different spots and you can shoot from different spots on the floor. The mid-range game and all this other stuff. So
Yeah.
absolutely, man. I get uplifted, y'all, because I realize that people are actually watching us. And I didn't, because once again, the subs are misleading. You got a lot of people who will watch you and won't drop a comment. They won't hit the like button. They won't subscribe, but they'll watch you every week.
Mm-hmm.
And that counts as a view.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you really wish that they would sub to the channel. You know what I'm saying? You really wish that they would drop a comment. But the fact that they don't, it's okay, but they will watch you. And you be like, wow, y'all, that's really making a difference.
Yeah.
Let me see. I'm still. No, okay, so it's the same comment. Same comments. We appreciate everybody though. You know what I'm saying? Well, I mean, but no, we're gonna keep it going for a few more minutes. What if you didn't make it, y'all? Have you ever thought about that? Have you ever thought about
consider making it? Because working a
That's
9
a
to
good
5.
question.
Working a 9 to 5 is great if you have to. I mean, most people have to. Working a 9 to 5 to make someone else rich is it's crazy when you think about it like that.
It is.
But what are you doing for you that brings you closer to whatever dream or big goal that you want to obtain?
Right.
Like I said, I did a lot of soul searching, self work.
Tay, text me. Let me know what you want to eat.
Soul searching, self work. The person I was in high school is definitely not the person I am now.
Right. Right.
I've always been kind and generous, but I mean, I was doing some other shit too. You know what I'm saying? I tell people this all the time, and I thank my daughter a lot. I don't know if she know I thank her a lot, but if it wasn't for the birth of her, I would have never changed or even had a thought or inclination to want to be a better person.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? My son just made me realize that I had to get my head right because he needed a good dad in life.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? My daughter made me grow up.
And these are the things that kids do for you without even knowing that they did that for you. You know, we definitely appreciate that part of it. Facts. They said we have people
that click into the video
that won't click into the video but watch faithfully.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah,
and we appreciate those people as well. Now we wish that they would click the video or click the sub button, but they still will watch, and we appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate however we can get that one view, whatever it takes. And eventually that person will click onto the video when you send them the link. You know what I'm saying? Or they will click that sub button so that they can, or the notification button, you know, but we gonna keep going because we know that the things that we talk about is the things that people go through. These are the conversations that you have with your loved ones, with your friend group, or in your own head with yourself. What if I never make it? What if I don't get that master's degree? You see what I'm saying? What if I don't get that certification? What if I don't do X, Y, and Z? These are real conversations that people have. So this is what we try to talk about. That's why we have the call-in number so that y'all can share y'all experiences with us. And it'll show you that, hey, we all deal with a lot of the same thing. We all deal with a lot of the same thing. And if we can be here for each other, it'll make it even better. It'll make the world that much more better. You know what I'm saying? I honestly believe that, y'all, for real.
I was looking at the reels, and the clip that I guess is getting the most buzz right now is we as Americans. The best thing we have going is the best military in the world. We don't have the best healthcare. So
absolutely.
That's just crazy to me. I mean, I'm real. I'm real, but I'm not real. No, I am real patriotic. Like if I saw someone doing something disrespectful to the flag, I'd fight that.
Now let me say this. It's funny because we both was in the military, so that in itself shows you that you're patriotic. Just the fact that but even if you went for whatever reason, you went. Right. You have some level of patriotism. You know what I'm saying? If I seen somebody doing something to the flag, I don't know. I don't know how I will react to that. I might watch him do it. I may say something to him. I guess it depends on how I'm feeling in that moment. Just being honest, you know.
I mean, I understand that, but I'm just saying, like, for me, I know, if I see you doing, like, when people have those conversations where they disrespect America, they take advantage. They take advantage of things that the opportunities that they are put in front of them.
Mm-hmm.
I get mad about that shit because, like I said, I went there.
Right.
I did. Like, you were my boss for a moment.
Right.
You're not my boss now.
No,
But,
not at all.
You know, you were my boss, and the simple amenities that you have, I hate America because we always bumping into other people's business. But then I look at my friend that lives in Ghana, and the way they live is not the way we live over here.
Right. It's not.
Even though there are parts of Africa that are more developed than others,
Mm-hmm.
the way they live in Ghana is not the way we live over here. It's all fine and dandy to say, the Haitians beat the French, but America didn't beat a lot of other people, mixed with whatever you want to call it, mixed with Puerto Rican, Dominican, Cuban, American, Mexican, black, white, brown, yellow.
Yeah,
we didn't whoop through some people.
Absolutely, I agree.
We got our butt whooped too now.
But they never show that. They never say it, or it never. If you know, you know.
Yeah,
it's one of those things. If you know, you know.
You know. Right.
Yeah. I just appreciate everybody who dropped any comment on this conversation. We all think about this conversation, y'all, in whatever aspect of life you are in, whatever level of life you on. You got dope boys who saying, "What if I never make it to a key?" Because for dope boys, that's the goal. Make it to a key. You know what I'm saying? You have rappers. What if I never blow up on SoundCloud or YouTube or DistroKid or what's the main one? Where we streaming? Spotify. What if I never make it on Spotify top 100? You see what I'm saying? So everybody is going to question.
Unless you have a mobile, not a mobile. Mobile, $1 million machine behind you. You're not gonna make top 100 on Spotify.
Right.
You're not gonna make top 100 on the radio.
But and I agree with that. But I'm saying these are things that people ask themselves. You know what I'm saying? To have
right. But
what if I never make it? You
gotta be realistic with your dreams too.
You have to be.
I understand the saying is if you tell someone your dreams and they don't laugh at you, it's not big enough. But you gotta make dreams that are accessible to make.
Yes.
So
it gotta be realistic.
Like, let's say our dream was to blow up and be millionaires. We gotta take simple steps to get there. Every small win is a victory that we should celebrate.
Yep.
Oh shit, we still ain't there yet. No, we're almost there. We're working.
Yes.
I don't know how far. I don't know how much more we gotta dig, but we gonna keep it. That diamond is coming. I know it's coming.
Right. We gonna find it. Yep. And I agree with that. You have to constantly keep going. And that's what we're doing with this podcast, y'all. And we know that we are making headway because of the responses that we get. When we have a heartfelt conversation like this and people are giving us heartfelt comments, when we look at the analytics and people are telling us stuff in the analytics, it let us know that we getting there. We making headway. We just got to keep pushing.
And he says she watched for about a year before she ever said anything. And
wow.
We are so proud. We are so
right. And now Annie's one of the moderators.
That you said something.
Yes, we are so glad that she said something.
More, we're so good. I'm sorry you're having a stressful day. I hope, you know what I'm saying, when you watch the replay, because, we're probably not going to be on, I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, we're finna jump off in a second and end this one. But we appreciate the fact, like Annie just said, she watched for a year before she dropped a comment and said anything. That let us know that we were doing something right. We was having conversations that she wanted to hear.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what we try to do, y'all. We try to be non-judgmental, create a safe space, and allow people to talk, because these are the things that people are talking about within themselves or within their friend group. These are the conversations. Y'all understand that a lot of topics that we have come from people who submitted these topics. They hit us in the DMs and gave us the topics, which is what we ask people all the time. Hey, give us a topic that you want to talk about, something that you're going through, something that you think about, something that you want to get other people's opinion on, and we'll talk about it.
He said he found us because of Ace. Yeah, I mean that's what we started.
That's what we started it.
That's what we started.
Uh-oh. Who said that?
Delta.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Uh-oh.
Put it down from the top.
From the top? Oh,
Right
okay.
there.
Yes, that's where we came from. We came from
Rise of Ace and Nova.
Rise of Ace and Nova podcast.
I used to be a co-host, and then
All right, I knew Ace from the gym, you know what I'm saying, from back in the Gap, you know what I'm saying, back in the day. He invited me on the show.
and what it was Ace didn't like. I'm not gonna say he didn't like, but the topics that he wanted to talk about, I would talk about. But the topics I wanted to talk about, he got said because he felt like me and Sid would bounce off each other better, and we do.
Right.
So thank you, Ace.
Right. Oh, and big shout out to Ace. You know what I'm saying? I still tune into his podcast, and he tuned into ours when he can because he be working all the time. So big shout out to bro for even singing that, and for his homegirl too, who seen that. So we got to give her credit too because it wasn't just Ace who seen that we would be a good fit. It was one of his friends as well.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
she did put that bug in my head.
Right. Shout out to her as well. So
shout out to her.
But when you see something that's genuine, you go with it and you rock with it. A lot of the things that me and this do is not rehearsed. It's not worked on. It's not planned. It just happened. The intro that we do, like, hey, this your boy this your boy said, out of times, all that was never rehearsed, never planned out, never worked on. It just, I know y'all like, ain't no way. Literally, y'all, it just happened.
Just click.
He said something one day, I said something one day, and then I added something on to it on another day.
And then I took it from there.
Right. And that's our greeting. And we were like, oh, that's dope as hell. And we went with it. So when you have something genuine, y'all, we run with it. And then we think alike. A lot of times we may disagree, or he may take one side and not take the other side, but that's purposefully because you have to understand that we're opening up a broader spectrum of people to tap in when you have somebody on both sides of the spectrum for a particular topic.
Because truth be told, Capricorn and Virgo, I guess we think parallel.
Right.
Not to say me and Taurus don't, but Taurus is in his bag with his Gemini moon and his Aries Venus. So some of it I get, some of it I don't get. The part I don't get, I don't speak on.
Big shout out to my stink. I got you. I remember. And
so she's home now.
Yeah, she's home now. She's home.
She's home for good.
Yes. And let me say this too while I have that. Yo, honestly, as a dad, I'm so proud. I'm so proud of my daughter for graduating college. I just can't express how proud I am. It's ridiculous. Like, you know what I'm saying? Anybody who know me know that she graduated because I've told everybody. I told everybody that I know at some point, yeah, my daughter graduated college, because to me, that's a big thing. That should be praised. That should be celebrated. But you know what? It's going to get to the point where we make it normal. I need a Buccaneer bowl. Yes, to go. 2 tacos with sour cream. 2 chicken tacos, no cheese, with sour cream. Yeah, no cheese, but with sour cream.
I'm gonna put sour cream on the side.
Okay, and then 2 regular tacos.
Buccaneer carnitas.
Yes.
How many of these I had tonight?
Say it again?
How many of these did I have tonight?
Ooh. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. So.
And 2 soft tacos with everything.
Yeah, for me, yeah. So
Why
2.
you eat so late?
Huh?
No
Why you
cheese,
eat so
sour
late?
cream.
You're not late.
That's what you need?
8 o'clock.
Yeah, that's it. Well, it's not late. Well, it is late. Normally I eat at 7, but tonight, because we had the podcast, I couldn't get my meal in. So I had two regular tacos.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Wait an hour and a half, hour some change. You know what I'm saying? Then have the 2 other ones, and then boom. So technically, I can say I ate 2 times. So that counts as my 6 meals, or towards my 6 meals, because that'll help to boost my metabolism.
Gotcha.
You see what I'm saying? And it's chicken. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it ain't nothing fried. It ain't got no sugar in it. So yeah, everything that I eat is towards that diet. You know what I'm saying?
So are you gonna be able to slim down? Or not slim down. Are you gonna be able to get ripped up the way you want to?
Yes, absolutely.
So you gonna be
Absolutely.
competition ready?
Without doing the competition, yes.
You're
Now,
not doing the competition.
probably not. I probably won't do a competition this year, which I'm fine with. But that's because I want to. I like the direction, the momentum that we have going with the podcast. I want to push the podcast hard this year. I want to push the music hard this year. You know what I'm saying? And it's like if I do a show, I'm gonna have to lock into the show to doing that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to commit to doing everything that and I know what it takes to do a show, and it's gonna take away from the podcast and from the music. I can tell you that guaranteed. Oh, bruh, this is what we talking about. You see what I'm saying? It's like I know what it takes to do that.
Right.
I know what it takes, but I don't know what it takes because we ain't got there yet on the podcast and on the music.
Right.
So it's like I know what this is over here. I don't know what this is over here.
Let's get this.
Let's stay over here. Let me learn some more. Let me make sure that we can lock in. And then, truth be told, I don't want to be a professional bodybuilder. I've always said that. I just enjoy competing. I like competition. I like competing. I like the challenge of it because I'm in the gym all the time. But I don't want to be a professional bodybuilder.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to eat that much. I don't want to work out that much. I don't want to do all that. I want to work out when I want to work out. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not because I have to work out.
I definitely feel
You see
that.
what I'm saying? I can do it the way I'm doing it now, and I'm fine with it.
Okay.
Having my cheat meal on Friday. If I do a show, I can't have a cheat meal on Friday. I can't smoke that cigar on the weekend that I might be smoking. I don't smoke throughout the week, but on the weekend I might smoke a cigar Friday and Saturday. I can't do that.
You gonna hang out with us this year? Well,
if y'all call me, y'all know y'all like to do shit without me. Big shout out to Ace though. Big shout out to Ace and Chief though. You know they don't be hitting me up. They don't be hitting me up, y'all. They'll call me the next day and tell me how it went. I'm just playing, man. I'm just playing.
oh boy.
Shout out to all the homies though, y'all. All right, y'all. Listen.
Oh, before we go,
Oh, okay.
March 30th, May 30th. Put that on your calendar. Pre-order dates 17th and 23rd. The album is called Distraught. Distraught is the album. It's a comical. It's a animated black dude, me, with locks, headphones, and a purple haze kind of cloud going around me. Distraught. DYSTROUT. Distraught. May 30th. It drops. Pre-order dates, like I said, 17th and 23rd. Y'all go support your boy. Y'all will be really happy with that album.
Go support him, and at the same time, it's something that I need y'all to remember. Big shout out to Albanese, the gummies
That eat like a worm.
That's right, y'all. And we gonna start that back up, y'all. We kind of got off of that from doing that and saying that, but trust me, y'all, we ain't forgot about it. And with that being said,
I'm your host, Just This World, Dysfunctional's World, to be exact.
and I'm your boy Said, aka Mr. Let's Talk.
Screaming out.
We out of time. Till the next time. Screaming Let's Talk.
Peace.
Out. Yeah.